Here with A&M Commerce head volleyball coach Craig Case after day one of training camp. Coach, last year you said it, this is like Christmas for you, day one of training camps. Talk about what you've seen and what you like today.
Well, you know, it's like Christmas. In the one hand, you're excited to be back in the gym and all that stuff. However, it's also like Christmas that you don't really know what is going to happen, and so you never know how players are going to come back in terms of fitness, in terms of readiness. You never know how good freshmen or transfers are going to be until you really get into the gym. So, I think that's that's kind of the fun part too, is just seeing what we have to work with. I think overall, the effort was exceptional today. It's probably one of the best first days of practice we've ever had from an effort standpoint. We've got to, though, stop making bad volleyball plays, even though it's the first day. It's college volleyball, and so there is really no first day as far as that goes. We got to come out, we got to play the best volleyball we can every point, and even if it's the first 30 minutes of practice for the year. So, I think the returners, we're ready for that. I think some of the newcomers were probably a little bit caught off guard with the intensity and how quickly it ramps up, and that's okay. They'll get used to it, and our returners were the same way when they were freshmen or their first year. So, I'm really pleased with it. We've got an awful lot of things to work on, but I also think we've got an awful lot to work with. So when you've got those two things together, you can usually pull some things together a little bit faster, a little bit easier than you could otherwise.
Now, the preseason poll came out today. You guys ranked number 2. I know preseason poll doesn't really mean too much, but at the same time, you have the respect from the Lone Star Conference coming in. Just, what are your thoughts on the preseason poll this year?
Well, I think last year, we got the benefit last year of sneaking up on some teams, and we probably came out of the gates a little bit better than a lot of people thought. We're just not in that position anymore, and that's what that represents. And so, I'm pleased. I don't know. I mean, I don't really think a whole lot about it, except like you said, it shows me that other teams look at us and go, hey, Commerce is one of the top teams and we got to beat them. And, what that does is it helps us understand that people are coming for us right away. And, we got to figure out how to play with a target on our back all year. And that's a good problem to have. And I think we learned that last year, but again, we got a lot of newcomers that got to figure out how to do that. So it's exciting, and to see Shelly, be a preseason player of the year, that she works as hard as anybody I've ever coached, and she's as good as anybody I've ever coached. So that's exciting that she has the respect as well. And, I just hope our team, one of the things that we grew in last year is anytime we got ranked or anytime we got awards, we played better. Whereas in a lot of years past, we'd get ranked and then we'd feel a little bit too much pressure and we wouldn't play as good. So hopefully this team learns early that when we're getting that recognition and we're getting those awards, we got to keep pushing it up, and that's not the destination. So probably a good thing for us right now to deal with it now and be ready once we start playing teams for real.
Now, about 2.5 weeks until you start playing teams for real, what are you looking to see from your team in this first week of camp to improve on?
I just think the biggest thing is consistency this time of the year. Fitness is always going to have to get better, but that's why we're here. That's why we're here early before school starts, so we can do all that stuff. So fitness got to get better, consistency's got to get better, and overall, I just think, we're about half new, half old, half new, and so that we've now got to make a new team. And in the years past, we've only counted on maybe 3 or 4 people coming in to bring them into the fold, and so now we're kind of a merger rather than absorbing new players. So we're gonna have to work on a lot of team stuff and a lot of communication stuff. But again, I think we've got some really good players and some talented people to work with. That's a fun challenge rather than not having any talent and still having to do the same thing. So we've got a lot of work to do. We probably have more work to do now than we did at this time last year. But that's the beauty of it being a new season. So we've got those opportunities.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to it. That's head coach Craig Case after day one of volleyball training camp.
Thank you, sir.